Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to part 2 of the Curly Girl 411. In our first part we talked about what the Curly Girl is, and we came to the point where we realized that we have to avoid sulfates. So in this next video we're gonna see what else do we have to avoid and what are the pros and cons of the Curly Girl method. So enjoy. Number 2 of the main things to avoid are silicones. So just know how can you recognize them. If you look at your conditioner list, at your shampoo list, it is anything that ends with C-O-N-E, cone, like dimethicone, methicone. Those are examples of silicones. So those are stuff that you want to avoid when you're on the CG method. So another thing that I want to say about silicones, in the Curly Girl method, they're kind of taboo and everybody's like, silicones are bad, silicones are evil, you know, kill the silicones. Anyway, silicones are not bad. You know, by themselves, they're not bad. But the reason why you have to avoid them in the Curly Girl method is because you're not using shampoo. See, silicones, they coat the strand. They coat your hair strand. And they can only be removed by shampoo. And if you don't remove them with shampoo, they will stay on the hair shaft. Some of them do dissolve after some time, but some of them, they coat the hair shaft. So if you don't remove them, water can't reach your hair to hydrate it again. So they're not bad. You just need a shampoo to remove them. And since we're not using shampoos in the Curly Girl method, you can't really use silicones because it'll just build up and water won't be able to reach your hair. So that's why you don't use them. But silicones, they're not evil by themselves, okay? There are enough places where you can use them. If you're straightening your hair, you need silicones to protect against heat, to protect against your hair frizzing. In serums, they're really good. So, but in the Curly Girl method, you know, we gotta avoid those. There are some exceptions actually. Let me just take my phone for this. There are some exceptions. Those are the PEG silicones. I don't know how you pronounce it. I call them PEG silicones. The PEG silicones, if they have PEG in front of them, they are soluble. They do dissolve in water. So if they have PEG in front of it, they do dissolve in water. So you can just go ahead and use that. And another one are dimethicone copolyols. Yeah. So those are the exceptions. Another thing that you want to avoid is when it comes to gel. Alcohols in gel. The reason why you want to avoid them is because alcohols can be drying. Of course, you have some moisturizing alcohols, for example, cetyl alcohol. Those are very moisturizing, but in general, alcohols, they can be very drying, and you know, gel stays on your hair for the largest amount of the time. So if you have a gel that sucks the moisture out, yeah, that's not good. Okay, so yeah guys, that was the Curly Girl method in short. You know, stuff that you gotta avoid, the reason why you should actually do it. One thing that I want to list are the pros versus the cons, okay? Because I've been doing this method for what, a year now, and let me tell you, it has pros and it has cons. So let's start with the con. As you may have noticed, there is a lot of ingredient reading here. So you gotta be on top of your products. You gotta read them like very often, because sometimes, you know, formulas change, they add new stuff, they take away stuff, you know, and a product that was your staple could change, and it could have silicones, or silicones could be removed, you know, so stay on top of the game. There's a lot of ingredient reading. Another con is for the product junkies out there. You cannot use every product out there. And that's definitely a con, especially if, you know, there are products that you really want to try. You know, everybody's on YouTube, you know, talking about it, like, I love this, it took away my shrinkage and stuff like that. And you're like, hello, it has silicones. I can't do anything with it. So that's definitely a con. Let me see, is there another con? No. Those are actually the only cons that I have. But pros are that it really works, you know. It does hydrate your hair more. It does make your hair stronger. So, yeah, it takes some time. Let me say that. It takes some time. When you start, you know, give it 2 to 4 to 6 weeks, you know, to really see results in your hair. And, yeah, I bet you'll love it. One last thing to say, what's next? So you know what it is, you know what you gotta avoid, you know what the pros and cons are. What is next? That's all up to you, boo-boo. It's all up to you. You could say, like, I ain't got time for this. I like my hair the way it is. I like my routine the way it is. If it's not broke, don't fix it, of course. But if it looks good to you, you can just decide for yourself, what do you want to do? You know, the main things that I would say are to avoid shampoo, to avoid silicones. And if you're going to use silicones, use a shampoo to remove them. Some things that are up for debate that I myself don't even strictly follow are avoiding brushes and combs. I use a brush. I use a comb. My hair is too thick for just my fingers alone. There are times where I finger detangle my hair, but I don't always have time for that. I really don't. So that's one thing. And another thing, she tells you to avoid heat. If you want to put heat on your hair, put heat on your hair. Be careful though. Just be careful. But if you know the right way to do it, I will be making a video about it. I still need to do my research, but if you know the right way, you can actually do it. I put heat on my hair in December last year. It was after 2 years of no heat. I was good, you know, so just look for yourself, what do you want to do? And a disclaimer that I want to add, you know, the curly girl method, it has certain rules. It doesn't have to be that strict. Just know what you like, know what you don't like. Not a lot in your regimen has to change. The only thing that will change a lot are your products. And if you are using good products in the first place, that doesn't even have to change. So that's the only disclaimer that I want to put. You can do twist outs, you can do buns, you can do whatever you want. So thank you guys. That was it. I hope it's not too long of a video. But that was it. Thank you for watching. I hope it helps. If you have questions, be sure to hit me up. If I don't know something, I'll do the research, come back to you with an answer. So yeah, have a nice day, guys. Bye.